Hey, what up, everybody? So I was just having some midnight thoughts about a few things, and just wanted to kind of share that. So, um, I wanted to talk a little bit today about energy and how mindful you should be over your energy, other people's energy, and how it affects everything. Because it's just like when you're walking down the street, you come across somebody, you pick up on the vibe from them of, whether it's a good vibe or a bad vibe or whatever the case is. So literally your energy is that your energetic like body is interacting with their energetic like body. That's why you're able to pick on that vibration. But especially now more than ever, we're constantly being bombarded by all kinds of different energies as far as like EMF, um, like cell phones, technology, um, many other different things. And one thing that I like to do, I try to do it every single morning when I wake up and every single night when I go to bed, is I like to, the first thing I do is I invoke my higher self, my archangel self, and God. And I ask to put a white light of protection around myself. Um, and basically what that's doing is just this energetic bubble that's protecting me and my energy, and also guiding me along my path. Because many things will, when you're on your path, are going to try to derail you from that, whether it's people, places, things, whatever the case is. And so the main thing too is that, you know, you also need to be mindful of the people that you're sharing your energy with. Um, you know, the narcissist doesn't know when to stop taking, and us as the empath continue to give. But at the end of the day, we're the one that's drained. And so it's very empowering to be able to cut certain people off in your life that are, don't serve your highest good. And it's not that I don't love them or care for them or whatever the case is. We're just on vibrating at two different frequencies, and you have to have boundaries of what you're willing to accept into your life. Many times before, I would let people in my life that I shouldn't have, and ultimately you end up paying the price in one way, shape, or form. And so when you take that empowerment back about setting those healthy boundaries, it's actually empowering you on your purpose in your path, and giving you a clearer light to what you need to do and where you want to go. And the funny thing about life is that it continues to, like, life is cyclical, right? The earth goes around the sun goes around the solar system goes around the galaxy goes around the universe goes around the multiverse. And it's the same thing with the people in your life, that, the same person with a different face and a different name is going to continue to come back into your life until you've learned your lesson. And sometimes that has to do with, some of the work, the internal work that you need to do, some of your shadow work and things like that. Because it's like, somebody that's keeps, attracting the same type of male or female as a partner. A lot of that has to do with the energy signal that you're emitting to the universe. You keep telling the universe to bring that person in a different name and face back into your life. And each time it usually ends with the same results. And so a lot of it has to do with realigning your energy and doing your shadow work, and continue to cleanse yourself and clear different energetic blockages that may be in your chakras or whatever the case is. And then also keeping your space sacred, saging your house, blessing your food, blessing your dog's water, and different things like that. And when you start doing this and setting intentions like that, you start living a more conscious life, and your DNA as antenna receptors is emitting and transmitting that signal. And as things are reciprocated back to you based on what frequency and energy you're giving out. And so it's almost like, when the student is ready to learn, the master will appear. And the same kind of principle. But, and then a lot of the illness and things like that people go through, I believe, fundamentally are on an energetic level inside of them that they need to heal. Because I believe before anything physical can heal, it has to be healed on an energetic level first, because that's the fundamental foundational level of reality. And so whenever I'm doing healing on myself, I always try to focus on my chakras as well as, my physical. And I found that to be very effective. And so, but, another thing too is that, thoughts are energy. Everything's energy. It's just like the hypochondriac, right? They keep telling themselves they're sick every single day, and every single day, sure enough, they're sick. It's the same thing. So once you start shifting your thoughts energetically, then your reality literally starts to shift too, because we're all co-creators of our own reality. And what creates our reality is our thoughts, our words, and our deeds, and the things we're doing. So, starting to look at things as like everything is for your highest good, no matter what it is, how terrible it is. At the end of the day, it's a lesson that you chose to go through for your highest good to evolve, for your soul's evolution. And so just having that little perception switch that, then you don't start looking at, bad things that are happening in life as being bad, because it's just lessons and experiences. And, it really almost, and once you start practicing it enough, you really won't have bad days anymore. I mean, you may have certain experiences, but because of your shift in perspective, you're not going to let that spiral into like this stinking thinking, spiraling off into whatever conspiracy about the past or the future that you want to go down. So, I found all these different things to be very effective, and in doing these things is going to be raising your vibration to the frequency of love. And then once you're attuning yourself to that frequency of love, that's where the magic happens of, really creating the life that you've always dreamed of. But usually what interferes with that is our own thoughts and our own belief systems, that we don't feel we deserve it, or we're good enough, or maybe we did this in the past, so why do I deserve this, or whatever the case is. A lot of it's derived from our thoughts and beliefs. It's as simple as the placebo effect happening in real time. Back in the World War II days, they didn't have any medication to give some of the injured warriors. They shot them up with sugar water, or whatever it was, and they felt better. They didn't know that they were getting shot up with sugar water. It's the same concept. So when you start changing the energy or transitioning the energy of your beliefs and your thoughts, it can have a profound effect, in your life. And then, there's a famous quote by Lao Tzu. And for those that don't know who Lao Tzu is, he wrote the Tao Te Ching, which is the way, or most people are familiar with the yin and yang. And so that's where the yin and yang principle came from. And he had this famous quote that, here, I have it written down so I don't butcher it. uh, watch your thoughts, they become your words. Watch your words, they become your actions. Watch your actions, they become your habits. Watch your habits, they become your character. And watch your character because it becomes your destiny. And so that right there, it pretty much spells out how important your thoughts and your beliefs and your energy and what type of energy that you're giving out to the world to then in turn receive. So I promise you, if you start practicing just these few different things, as far as making sure you're keeping your energy protected, and however you choose, protecting your space, your sacred space, your home, protecting who you're sharing your energy with, and whether they deserve to have you share your energy with them. And even like your sexual energy too, because, sex is tantric and it's sacred. It's how you bring souls into this world. And so a lot of people in this reality, their lower chakras are the ones that are need the most work. And your sacral chakra, which is your sexual chakra, is, one of those lower chakras. And so if you're engaging in casual sex with just anybody, then you can be picking up all of their energy and emotions and stuff like that, and it becomes a part of your aura. So me, I used to, well, in the past was, you could just say I didn't cherish my sexual energy, and my sacral chakra is the one I had to work on the most because of how I used to be. And, it was also the one that prevented my first Kundalini experience. But, from doing the work and raising my vibration and working on my energy, a lot of things have changed. And, and another great thing is, telling yourself affirmations, I live a life of abundance. I'm a loving light being. I'm here to bring peace, love, and harmony to the world. I'm the best version of me. Whatever you want these affirmations to be. When I was really working on changing my thinking, there was this one mantra I used to say all the time, because in the beginning I was having to constantly do it. 20 million times a day I would have to do it when I would start having these crazy negative thoughts. And I would just say, the moment I had any kind of thought that I felt didn't serve my highest good, I would say, life happens for me, not to me. Meaning that I manifest my beautiful life, and I'm not reacting to life because of mixed signals that I'm sending the universe. And I would say life happens for me, not to me. And then I would just put a little smile on my face. And those little things like that can completely change your perspective in that moment and set you on a different thought pattern and all kinds of different things. And it's more important now than ever to work on these things, because as we're going through this ascension process and raising dimensional levels to the 4th, 5th, and 6th dimension, or even higher, depending on how old and evolved your soul is, reality is manifesting more and more easier and faster. And so that's why it's so important to mind your words, thoughts, and deeds, and be mindful of your energy, cherish your energy, protect your energy, and then share that loving energy with, other people that are on the same path as you. And that doesn't mean you can't help somebody that is, maybe having a hard time or whatever the case is, but not at the expense of hurting yourself. So those are just some things that have helped me along my journey. I think a Bible verse says, what does it profit a man to gain the world at the cost of losing their own soul? So I hope you have a beautiful weekend.